Today I am going to do a review on a magazine that I just got, and that is the Interweave Knits Summer 2013. I have a subscription to the Interweave Knits magazine company, so if you have that subscription, good for you. But yeah, so it's a lovely, lovely magazine this month. I definitely love it. I do have to say that there's a lot of tank tops in here, a lot of summer knits. Well, of course it is summer 2013, that's why there's tons of summer knits, but it's a lovely magazine and I'm going to review it for you guys and show you what my opinion is on some of the patterns. So if you aren't subscribed to Interweave Knits magazine every month, or not every month, every season, you can go to your local yarn shop, Barnes & Noble or Joann's, and they usually have a magazine there for you. So this is what it looks like for this month. I think the cover of it is very simple, very elegant looking. It definitely catches my eye if I wasn't subscribed to it because it's just very simple and very, looks like you can knit a lot of patterns in here. So I thought this magazine was great. A couple patterns in here, again, I don't like, but that's basically everything when you look into a book or into a magazine. But I just want to point out is that on page 4, there is a page called Child's Play, and it looks like this. And I just want to point out that Rebecca Danger of the Big Book of Knit Monsters, I think this is her second book, but it's the Knit a Monster Nursery by Rebecca Danger. It's all basically monsters and blankets for a nursery. So that's what it looks like. And again, I'm recording on my new camera, so if I'm getting out of picture, out of frame, I'm sorry because I don't have a viewfinder. But I thought that book, I'm definitely going to look into that book because I love Rebecca Danger's patterns. I think she's absolutely great. So I think that's an absolute, like, as a must look into that. But if you didn't know, but she came out with a new book, just to point that out there. Also, they have just more stuff in here, like how to pack for knitting, like for travels and stuff. And they have, and one page in here, it's on page 8 and 9. It is called Everyday Gems. And it's all about different types of silk yarns. I thought that was very interesting. It explained about silk, it explained about lace. It's just a very good page, I thought, if you weren't into lace that much. And also, if you hear background noises, I'm very sorry about that. But anywho, this goes through like different types of yarns, like for instance, knit 1, crochet 2, cottette or something like that. Baroque of Fiji. This goes through all types of different types of yarns that you can do for like different lace projects, and that has a good fiber blend in them. So I thought that was a good, helpful page. Now into some of the patterns. I thought for these patterns in this magazine were absolutely very gorgeous. None of the patterns in here I thought were kind of ugly looking. I thought all of them looked very elegant and decent. But some of them in here that I probably wouldn't knit for myself because it looks like it would be too time consuming, or I just really not my style. But if you love different types of stuff in here, this is the magazine for you. So one pullover in here, and again, I didn't say this, but there is a lot of pullovers. And one is the Alvarez pullover, and it looks like this. It's a nice, very elegant pullover. It does have a lot of striping in there. Of course, that's color work, but it has a nice stripe effect to it. I don't know if you can tell or not. I'm getting that in the camera. But it has a nice striping, and it just looks very nice, and it looks like a school sweater. That's something that I would wear to school. So that's very cool. Also, a lot of cardigans and pullovers in here I thought were a little bit more in the fall time. I think this magazine is more of fall than summer because a lot of patterns in here do call for a little bit more of heavyweight yarn for some pullovers and some cardigans. But same, like, really you can just knit a cardigan and pullover out of this magazine, and you can usually wear it into like a casino, or if you don't have casinos in your place, like basically places where are heavily air conditioned. So Also, I thought this was kind of cool, is there's actually a men pattern here. It's called the Cross Trees Cardigan by Megan Jones, and it looks like this. And really, I never see any men's cardigans or men's patterns in here, so if you are a male, you can definitely knit this type of cardigan because, yeah, so if you're a male knitter, you can definitely knit this because I never seen a male pattern in a Interweave Knits magazine before, but it's definitely a nice cardigan. Actually, I would knit it for myself. Yes, it would be overly huge on me, but I think it will be a nice cardigan just to be cozied up in. Now, if you go on Instagram, if you have a smartphone like me or anyone else, Lala on the Knit Girls, if you follow her, she has a Ravelry page and an Instagram page called Lala, just L-A-L-A, and she posted on there that she's totally obsessed with this front pullover on the cover here. And that is the Ogla Casey, no, that's by the designer. Ogla Casey's the designer, and tee is called Regatta Tee, and it looks like this. And it's on the front cover page. Now, I am overly obsessed over this pullover as well. It's gorgeous. I'm telling you, let me go to the front cover again. It's absolutely gorgeous. I love how the designer put stripes and also lace. I don't really like stripes and lace together because that's two different types of patterning going together, but I think this one goes very well together, and it's definitely a very, very pretty pattern. So I'm definitely going to look into that pattern more. I'm definitely probably going to make that this summer because it's super easy, super simple, and also it is knit and garter stitch. And I'm going to sneeze, hold on. Excuse me, but if you're wearing earbuds, I'm sorry, because sometimes when people sneeze on camera, it kind of hurts my ears as well. But anyhow, getting off topic, but I think this pullover is absolutely gorgeous. I can't say nothing about it. But again, the body is knit and garter stitch, which I actually kind of liked. When I first got the magazine, I looked at it, I'm like, oh, that's pretty, it's stockinette and lace, but when I got a little bit closer to it, it's actually garter stitch. One pattern in here, let me see if I can find it. I don't put sticky notes on my stuff when I talk, but oh well, you just have to deal with me. One pattern that I did not like in here at all, it's not because of the designer or whatever, it's just because it doesn't really look too flattering on not any body type at all. So I thought this one, it is the Harlow Tank by Amy Keffer. It's this one. I don't like it because I think the way it's constructed right here, it won't look good on any bust line or anything like that. I think it will just pop out and it just wouldn't look nice. That's just my own opinion, but I think if you have a smaller chest, you could definitely pull that off. But if you have a bigger chest, I think it will just probably pop out and not look too good. But I think it's a nice pattern, but it's not probably for every body type. And the pattern next to that, that is the Wendy's pullover, and that is by Ruthie Nessenbaum. I think that's, yeah, Nessenbaum. And it looks like this. Now this pullover is very adorable. I love it because it has the Peter Pan collar at the top and it's super basic stockinette at the bottom. So, and it's definitely short sleeve because again, it's summertime. And I love how it's very elegant, very simple, and it looks very decent on the person. So I think anyone can pull it off, and I love the Peter Pan collar. If you know what Peter Pan collar is, just right there, you can see what Peter Pan collar is, but I absolutely think it's gorgeous. Well, not gorgeous, well it is gorgeous, but I think it's very simple and you can pull it off very well. There's some more patterns in here, but I'm not going to go through all of them. But now we're getting onto a little bit more of an article. This article It's by Amy Miller, and Amy Miller is a designer. She designed plenty of patterns. You can go check her out on Round Grade. She designed plenty of cardigans, pullovers, scarves, cows, you name it, everything you can think of. And she just put on here on how she became a knitter, how she became this wonderful designer, what she thinks about designing books, designing cows, designing magazines. So it's just going through over what she's basically have done throughout her knitting and crafting life. So I thought that article was very cool. You can go and check it out and read it. It just explains all about Amy Miller. So I thought that article was kind of cool. And then also an ad in here that I never really saw in Interweave before is an actual sewing ad. I know that Interweave does sewing, but I've never really seen a sewing ad in, well, I actually spit on my magazine there when I talk, but don't pay attention to that. But I did actually see a sewing ad in here, and I think it's actually kind of cool, and it's by Jimmy Bean's Wool. Jimmy Bean's Wool is located on Facebook, Twitter, Ravelry, Bing, and Pinterest. That's what I read off of here. But if you don't know what Jimmy Bean's Wool is, that's another yarn shop. They are actual local to me, and I don't live in Reno, but that's like the only yarn shop that's actually in Nevada that I know of. There is one local to me, but I never really go there because they never have the updated stuff. But I thought this one was absolutely cool. So it's just says "So What" on it, and it just explains about their new book that they're getting. So I thought that was cool. Now on to more patterns in here. Also, a pattern that I didn't like is the Shetland skirt by Erica Patberg. Now this one is a skirt. Now I know you can knit skirts, you can knit dresses, you can knit basically anything you think of, but I think this skirt is absolutely gorgeous, but I definitely wouldn't like to knit it because there is lace. I love to knit lace, don't get me wrong, but I love to knit lace, but I just wouldn't knit a skirt. I think it is too time consuming, and just you don't know if you're going to get your right measurements or not because sometimes your gauge can change. But I think the skirt is absolutely pretty. I think you can knit it for any type of body type that you want, but I just wouldn't knit it for myself because, again, too time consuming. There's absolutely gorgeous cardigan here. This is the Nova cardigan by Sarah Fama. This one is so pretty that I'm definitely going to knit this soon. It's very gorgeous. It's very open in the front. There is no buttons at all. And then in the back, I don't know if you can see or not, but there is actually, it's all lace in the back. So I thought that was very cool. It has nice open and airy. There's a shawl in here that's very pretty and lacy. There's more cardigans. This cardigan right here that's very open. It is the Stonecutter Sweater by Amy Miller, which I just talked about. And I think that sweater is very nice. I do have some cotton sweater worth of yarn that I think I might make a beach cover up with that because it's absolutely all open. It looks like it's just knit one, no, it's yarn over, knit two together all the way around the sweater, on the sleeves, and some ribbing. So I think that's an absolutely gorgeous sweater. I'm definitely going to put that one on my list. Let's see what else. There's also a hat in here. It's like a beret, which I thought was kind of pretty. Another sweater I liked, and also I didn't really read this article, but this article is called Transforming a Lace Motte or Moffat or something like that. It's by Deborah Newton. Well, this one looks like it's all about lace, and I haven't read this one yet, but I'm definitely going to. So you can go and check this article out in the magazine because it looks very informational. So you can go and check that one out. And there's like 4 pages of that, which is kind of cool. And then there's more ads in here and stuff like that. So I thought this monthly not monthly, I thought this issue of this month was absolutely wonderful. I think there's lovely patterns in here, lovely everything. It's just very nice. And again, also what I love about Interweave is they also put a pattern index in the back. So that's the pattern index. So I thought that was nice as well. So please go and check this magazine out. I don't think it's too expensive at your local yarn shop or Joann's or whatever, but if you did get the subscription like I have for every season, I bet you're going to love this magazine as much as I did. So definitely going to keep this one. I love it, and I hope you guys enjoy this review for this month's issue. So I'm not going to do any reviews anymore in the episodes of the podcast because I think that takes a little bit too much time. So I'm going to do a separate video now for reviews, like for books and for magazines. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or if you'd like to share what you're working on, please go head over to Ravelry and the Knit and Spin for Fun group, and please leave a comment down below of what you're working on so I get to know what you guys are working on. So please subscribe and do all that type of fun jazz, and I see you guys for another tutorial, for another episode, or another review pretty soon. So take care. Bye-bye.